What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, it's basically me being on notice or putting you guys on notice. I just found out about this guy at least 2 days ago, and of course, I had to make a video about him, and that is none other than North Dakota State Grant Nelson. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this guy, but he is a junior, 6'11", 235 pounds. Yeah. When you see him on the floor, right? I watched a few highlights. There's not a lot circling right now of him on the internet, but in the clips and moments that I did see of him, of course, highlights are highlights. They show, the good. So you won't see too much bad. But just overall, looking at his size, skill, and talent, I mean, it's all there. I feel like outside of course, Victor and Scoot Henderson, I feel like he is in that realm of a top 5 draft pick. When I saw him the first time, I looked at how tall he was, and I was comparing him to other guys in his, as far as his height went, the Bobos, the KDs, certain guys at his stature, even Victor Wembanyama, Wembanyama, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm still struggling with that. But when I look at Grant Nelson, I looked at some of his high school clips and I look at some of his college highlights, and I'm just saying to myself, man, he's one of those guys where I could see he can score at every level. I looked at the back down, he has that. I looked at the face up, he has that. I looked at his post game, he has that. I didn't see too much free throw shooting, but I looked at, it was a few clips where he did take some threes. High school. It was more high school highlights online than his actual college. But in 3 years since he's been with North Dakota State, I believe his average has increased every season, which is good. And at his position, being a forward, you can see where he may take advantage of certain matchups. Now, don't get me wrong. High school and college is totally different from the NBA. It's totally different, more physical. And we've seen this movie before. We've seen this movie with guys like Adam Morrison. We've seen this with guys like, the JJ Redicks, Jimmer Fredette's. We've seen this movie where, it's a guy that is being talked about, and he gets to the league and he just isn't that. He just isn't what they make him out to be. Now, granted, Nelson is flying under the radar in most cases. Of course, all the talk is about, again, like I said, Henderson and Victor. I believe that's 1 and 2 in this upcoming draft. But now that I see guys like Grant Nelson, now I'm thinking of what could be if he goes to a Houston, if he goes to a OKC, if he goes to New Orleans. Let's not forget that. It's like let's look at everything. Let's look at possibilities for a guy with this amount of talent and upside, who's fairly young, who's not getting as much exposure as the other two that I've named previously in this video. There's a lot of upside. When I look at him, I have to do more due diligence and research on him because, like I said, it's not a lot circling online of him. So I will be tuning into more North Dakota State basketball. As far as when I'll be able to see him next, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. But that's the whole thing. When you look at, his increase. Freshman season, he only played 5. He only started in 5 games. He played in 27. Last year he actually played in 29 and started 21. And this year he has started and played in all 15 of North Dakota State's basketball games. So that's good. His 3-point shooting this year isn't good, isn't what it was over the last 2 seasons. He shot 35 as a freshman. He shot 32 last year, and he's shooting under 30 this year at 20% from the field for 3. But he is averaging 16 points per game and 7.9 rebounds. So that's good at 6'11". I mean, that's really good. And like I said, I think he weighs somewhere in the 235 range. So that's good. He has size. He has skill. So it's just ultimately about putting those things together. And I know once, it gets closer to draft and things like that, and combine time and summer league and things like that. But now here's the thing. There's no telling if he is going to come out in this year's draft. He might sit back and wait. Who knows? But I feel like if the chirping and the buzzing get around him correctly, there's nowhere to go but up for him. So I'm definitely going to keep a keen eye on Grant Nelson as far as how the college season goes for him, and if North Dakota State makes the tournament. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Have you guys seen Grant Nelson, or this is your first time hearing of him, seeing of him? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.